have to come off. You're seeing outside in my eyes. Not good. Hi everyone. Welcome to my art vlog. Today is Friday, August 18th. So lots to recap, of course. I need to kind of sort of start on a somber note because it will explain why I didn't post another video this week. Sadly, and not so sadly, my mother has passed away last Tuesday, so August 8th, after a 22-year-old battle with Alzheimer's. And it is sad, yes, I'm sad to see my mother leave, but she is now with my dad and our dog, our beloved dog, and she's done suffering. The end was quite brutal for us to watch, and so we know that she's in a much better place and that she is looking down after us. Down on us? No, after us. Anyway, you get the gist. Unfortunately, that event was followed by another not so nice event in that my brother, who was with me at the hospital, his wife fell off of a motorized vehicle, and she's in the hospital for quite a long time, and my brother needs help. So I'm just very worried about them. So I will try my very best to stick with a schedule, but there's a lot to deal with because I am my mom's curator, and so there's a lot of stuff to deal with in the coming weeks. But like I said, I'm trying to manage everything all at once. I also need to support my brother, who is not in the best of health, and is not geographically close to me. So it's kind of like a long drive. But anyways, just to explain that sometimes things will be irregular. But like I said, I'll do my best to stick with the plan because I have to and I want to. Okay, the other thing that I'm a little bit upset about, that the fact that it happened when it happened, but also grateful, is that dear Lucy and dear Sammy were here while it happened. Lucy had been here for a week, but Sammy had just arrived the day before, so they were kind of left alone for that day. I was gone the whole day. Luckily, my good friend Gigi was able to come and pick them up and entertain them for the day, which I'm very grateful for. And also, the fact that Lucy and Sammy were here kind of helped out. Well, it did help out in a big way for moral support, of course, but it kept me busy and it kept me from thinking too much. Although my mother was sick for a while, it's still, you know, it's still emotional. And so by keeping busy and by having them entertain me, because they're quite funny, I still managed to pull through. And yeah, anyway, so I have to thank them both. Thank you, Lucy and Sammy, again, and Gigi, for being there for me. I appreciate that. Okay, so that's out of the way. So I will start it. This vlog is going to be long because I have a lot of things to show you and a lot of things to talk about. So as you know, Lucy came in on August 1st, and of course I picked her up from the airport, and then we kind of started arting right away. So what I think I'm going to do right now is show you what we made. My camera's turned on. I haven't forgotten that. And I've also got some, I have received Happy Mail. This is my notes, so I can't lose sight of this. I have received Happy Mail, so I will talk about that as well. Okay, so I'm gonna start by showing you what Lucy did in her journal, because I filmed that before she left, so I'm gonna insert that clip now. This is a little show and tell of Lucy's, of what Lucy made while she was here. So this is in her big Dilutions journal. Why don't you explain this? This was quite an interesting process.
Yeah, it's just done with fabric tape. So I cut each section out of the fabric tape.
Every single little pieces. So every parts of the dress, like this was every panel, right?
Yeah.
So this was one piece. And how did you figure out how to cut though?
That was you, because I tried to just do it by hand without measuring it or anything, but then I decided to do it on tracing paper.
And then so you were able to cut the pieces from the tracing paper. The detail is pretty amazing too. I love that. I love both of those pages. Oh, I didn't see you add these. Oh, that was perfect. Yeah, because at one point you weren't sure what to add around it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So then she did a whole bunch in her... Well, you did. It's a whole bunch. She has a small moleskin journal. But some pages were reworked, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me just zoom in closer because... There we go. Down? Yeah. It's difficult to adjust, right? All right. So, there's something there. Oh, you glued the... What is it?
It's just a tissue that I used to dab up like really wet paint. And then I just pulled the tissue apart and stuff.
Oh, I saw. Yeah. Right. At one point you showed me. Was it a baby wipe or a tissue?
No, it was just a normal tissue.
Okay. And then you doodle over that. And of course, Lucy's famous for her beautiful dream catchers. I have one on my window, but this is I drawn. Okay. What else? Yes.
Goes the other way.
We can kind of see the whole thing. Yeah. So she drew that from, did you have a reference photo?
Yeah, from Pinterest.
That's watercolor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That is so awesome. I like it. You're good at clothes. Like outfits.
I like drawing. I like painting clothes.
This?
That's just because I wanted to use the new colours of Neocolor 2s that I brought.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to use them and I wasn't sure what to do.
Well, it's cool. I like it. I mean, there's not... It's less detailed than what you usually do, but then again, Neo colors, unless you're picking up the color, I guess, from the brush, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
With a tiny, tiny brush, I guess it's difficult to do details. But I like it.
I did do this one here. Well, I reworked it. Oh, God. There you go.
You're good at this. What did you... you added the...
Yeah, because it was just the Elegant Writer. And it wasn't that detailed, so I went over it.
So these parts here?
Yeah.
Is that what's...
I added the doodles and the gold. And some pink in here.
Okay. It's nice. Yes, another outfit.
So it's similar to the other one because I used the same picture.
Yeah, but I do like this. It's kind of like more sober, more... what's the word I'm looking for? More simple, but I love the color of that.
Yeah.
That's not watercolor, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. It looks like you took the markers. Because, well, you'll probably have seen it, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to show you in this vlog, but we went a little crazy with the Faber-Castell, with the Fit Artist pens, the Faber-Castell, the brush tips. Yeah, between Lucy and I, we bought a whole bunch.
I have to do something on here.
Yeah. So what happened here? You want to explain?
I can't even remember what I did. Oh, I think it was the pen. I doodled on one of the flowers and I really didn't like it.
Yeah, and I had done just that to cover up, what's that? There's a weird noise going on.
It's got to be from outside.
It sounds as if someone is like tightening up some big large screw or something. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so what I was doing something in my own watercolor journal. I didn't like the middle of it, so I took a circle punch, and I punched through just a blank paper and stuck it on there, and thinking that I'm gonna revisit it. And so she did the same thing because she wasn't happy with what was underneath. So that was quite funny. What are you going to do with that idea?
I don't know. Because it's got a stem.
Yeah, I know. You kind of have
I can't...
And leaves. So you kind of have to do something.
Yeah.
Maybe a message or... Anyway, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, I think these are my favourite ones.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So it's a whole bunch of cacti. I love that. Is that really what it's called? Strawberry Mentos? That's too funny. Yeah. I like those beautiful terrariums. Yeah. Oh yay! I love this beige. Yeah, you can't really hold on for a sec. Let me just zoom back out a little bit. Yeah, she did that this morning. I love these. They're so fun. I feel like these are huge lollipops, popsicles. I want to live there because you get all the goodies. But I love the way you did the stems and the tree trunk. That's so cool. Very nice. And that's all watercolor, of course.
Yeah.
Right? This
one's not finished.
No, this one's not finished, but it's promising. Yay!
Yeah.
I really like that. I love that page because although like the background is quite dark, but I don't know, they stand out. Did you add colored pencils?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you use that for
this one's a little bit lost. I think if I
you can work just a little bit.
Bit.
But I mean,
a white pencil.
Yeah.
Around it would.
Yeah. I like the little pops for the flowers. I think that's cool. Nice.
I think I worked on that one here. Yeah, because it was just the elegant writer again.
This looks like a fabric print to me. This would make an excellent fabric print. Look how playful it is, and it's got that jump.
Lines.
Yeah. You did the tiny lines here too?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you did a lot.
I don't know.
I think there's some more.
Yeah.
This?
One.
Yeah, I like this one too. This looks like henna.
Mhm.
Henna patterns. You're big into that, right?
Yeah.
Really nice.
Oh,
yeah. This is so much fun. Look at this guy. So what she did is, well, you explain.
Well, we all wear glasses, so I started doing just my own, and then I did SAMMIE's and CeeCee's. So it's all of our glasses.
And yes, she did borrow our glasses. So she had the glasses there and she was drawing the... That's pretty cool. I like the way you did the letters too. I like that font. I like this. I want a picture of that one. So cool.
Oh, I did the jellyfish.
Oh yes, I like that one too.
So the background was already there. I just doodled over the top.
Oh, okay. Was the background done with watercolor or something else?
No, it was ink.
Oh, okay. I thought they were magicals, but then there's no reflection.
No.
So. I love these. These are so cool. Oh look! There's a little Nemo.
Oh, this one.
I did that for her. She had a background. It was the same colors as these, so whatever color that you're seeing over here was left over. So it was a bunch of lines. A few of them were crisscrossing, so I just used it just because she was wondering, what do I do with that? And it's funny because, you know, sometimes when you look at your own work, you're kind of lost and you're not sure what to do with it. And as soon as she showed it to me, I saw sailboats with their the masts down. I don't know why. I just saw it right away. So then she went, okay, here, you do it. So I did it. Yeah, that was fun to make though. And it's upside down in her book.
It's fine. I got lots of upside down pieces.
She's going to show it on her...
What
yeah, this is another awesome print in the making, like patterns, you know, like clothing, fabric pattern.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at that. Look at the detail of that. How cool is that? Love it. Is this all watercolor?
Yeah.
And you did the cross hatching with?
Probably I think it was the Pitt artist pen.
The tiny one?
Yeah.
That is so cool. She's great at hair. Definitely.
I think that could be it.
So she's gonna do a flip through of the whole journal, so I will put the link in the description, and I'll probably flash it on the screen here so that you can go and check out her channel. I think this video is going to be up before you have a chance to do your flip through though, so just be patient. So make sure you subscribe, and when you subscribe to Lucy's channel, make sure that you hit that little bell because you won't want to miss this flip through of this beautiful journal. And I'm sad because Lucy's leaving today. So we'll have to wait until next year. Hopefully she'll be back and we'll do some more art. Thank you, Lucy. Say bye.
Bye.
So as you can see, Lucy is very prolific. She arts a lot faster than I do. I do hope that you're going to click on the link below. I have included links to both SAMMIE's and Lucy's YouTube videos so that you can go and check them out. Also their Instagram feed, they post on that regularly as well. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I made. So I'm going to start by showing you what I've done in my small visual journal. Interestingly enough, this little booklet I bought when Lucy, Sammie, Sylvia, and Heather were here last year. And I did these 2 pages. So this one was done on the 3rd of August. I'm not sure why this one is on the other side. But the colors in the background here were already down there, and I didn't know what to do on this side. I usually don't art on the left-hand side, but I kind of wanted to. And so this was kind of like a very quick sketch slash, you know, first painting of something else that I want to do eventually. Of course, this is watercolor, but while I was doing this, I think I've touched a little bit on the Copic opaque white ink that I've had for many moons, and I just can't get enough of this. It's really good to layer on top of watercolor. I'm very impressed with it. So this is done with the Copic. So the underpaint, the flowers and all that is all watercolor, and the white doodling is with the Copic ink. This book was prepared last year before the girls came over. We were to do a whole bunch of backgrounds, and not all the pages were done. So I had a lot of backgrounds left in this book, and so I decided to pick it up again. So I'm going to go through each of the... On this page, I had a couple of the same colors that I have on this background, and I just started layering stripes with my watercolor brush, and I love how this developed. It kind of looked like a landscape of a, you know, of a big city, and I like that. And then the bottom is kind of like the reflection. I didn't pay too much attention at the bottom, but I already had some flourishes in the background, so they're kind of like embedded in there, and I couldn't do anything else about it, so I left them there. Again, like I said, all the backgrounds were already there. So I did some kind of pretty slash trees. I love doing this. I used one color, actually 2 colors only, and I don't remember what they are. I'm sorry. This is probably Moon Glow by Daniel Smith, and I do believe this might be kind of like a Quinn Red, just so that it would go well with the background. And I kept it monochromatic so that it wouldn't, you know, be too much. But I really like how these trees turned out. And again, this is done with the Copic ink, and I have used my what's it called, Meso brush? Yeah, Meso, I think it's called. I can't remember. A very pointy thin brush. This you've already seen. Okay, so I'm not good at drawing animals. And this page somehow, these things were already there, a little bit lighter. I kind of went over them with more watercolor. The background was there, and somehow I was seeing a koala bear perched on top of a branch, and that was my attempt at drawing a koala. It doesn't look horrible, but it's not my favorite. Something's wonky here at the bottom. The face is fine. I like the fact that I kept an eye closed, but anyways, it is what it is. And this page, of course, you've seen already. This was done by Lucy last year. Okay, so this was quite interesting. I drew this way. So I had my reference material, which was upside down, and I think it was a Pinterest photo. I can't remember. Lucy can probably write this in the comment because she was there when I did it. But I think it was a photo that I have taken from Pinterest, and I drew it upside down. I wanted to go through this exercise because I am currently reading a book called Drawing on the Left Side, on the Right Side of the Brain, which teaches you how to see shapes as opposed to objects. And I drew this upside down like this because this is one of the techniques that they show you in the book, and it totally worked. It freaked me out. Lucy as well was like, what? But this is how it turned out, and I did it with a marker. I did it with a marker, especially because I did not want to erase. And I was like blown away at how well it turned out. So this is a secret, guys. Draw upside down. And no, don't draw with, you know, standing on your head. Anyways, so the background was already there. It was just a couple of stripes that kind of went with the left-hand page, so I decided to leave it like that. But agreeably surprised. I mean, one eye is bigger than the other, but it's to me it's not a big deal. I'm also missing some shading here, I think, on this side of the face, but it's incomplete. But what I have, I love it. All right, so this I started the day that Lucy left on Wednesday, and we had a good discussion about flowers and fluties. So I have done in the past, I think last year, fruits that grow like flowers. And I used to call them flowers for lack of a better term. And then when I started drawing this, because the background is super bright colors, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take like a dark color. So in this case, it was like dark blue. I think I used Prima watercolors for this. And they kind of look like blueberries, although Sylvia said that they look like poppies, and I agree now because of this one. But we were trying to come up with a term that I could say easier than flowers, and so she came up because I was saying, oh, well, they're kind of like fruits, but they grow like flowers, and this is like blueberries, and she came up with fluties. And I love it. I think it's cute. So these are fluties, okay? So they're not fruits, they're not flowers, but they are growing like fruits and flowers. Anyways, it's fluties. It's a special brand of flowers. And this this was an interesting process because I did this yesterday. I wanted to have these stripes kind of like a lighter shade of what was underneath, and I mixed in a little bit of purplish, reddish, magenta-ish. I can't remember the color I used for this. It has a number. It's Prima Colors. And so I took a lighter blue and a lighter pink for this, whereas I could have just easily taken white watercolor, and that would have given me the perfect lighter shade. But anyways, I went the hard way without even realizing what I was doing. But I quite like this page. I really do. This was done by SAMMIE last year. I'm going to, once this book is fully completed, I'm going to give you a full quick tour. Oh, so Lucy did this for me. There was a whole bunch of like just colors dropped down. Again, it was just another background, and she made one of her cute little houses. I just love those. Whimsical. I love the way she did all these details. Very creative, and I love, love, love this page. So nice. So not everything is completed. The colors were kind of there. I darkened this. For some reason, I was seeing kind of like caves with trees in front of them. I don't know. I have no idea what this is. But then I added little trees. I added some branches inside. And I left it at that because I don't know where this page is going, so I decided to call it a day that day. This one also was done while Lucy was here. I love this page. I love the reflection. They're kind of like planets, I guess, because of this. This is what I added towards the end, and so when I saw this, I'm like, okay, so there are planets. They weren't meant to be at the beginning, and this is why I added stars here, but I love the dark area here. And I have used Indian Summer paint by Creamer for this. Here you can see it here in action. Oh, I love that paint so much. And again, this is using whatever color was in the background. I just like emphasized some of the shapes. These circles were created recently. All these colors, though, in the background, they were already there. Here was a butterfly that I did last year. It didn't have the white details. I'm not crazy about them, but it's an okay page. You know, it is what it is. I did these feathers. One night we were watching a movie, Lucy and I quite didn't know what to do. And so she says, why don't you do feathers? And I'm like, I've never done any feathers. So I went on Pinterest and I researched feathers and I did that. So yeah, and I have some of that beautiful Indian summer paint again. Oh gosh, I love this paint so much. So of course it says birds of a feather. I made donuts. So interestingly enough, Lucy pointed that out. I made this last year after the girls left. So this was done on August 23rd, 2016. And she goes, hey, you were doing your pretties last year. And I hadn't realized that. I never came up with a name. I don't even know if I shared this on a vlog. Maybe not, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, so I wanted to try my hands at making donuts because I thought it would look good with the other page. This page has nothing, and so I just splashed a couple of colors and turned them into donuts. So this is my maple bacon donut. I have blueberry, raspberry, grape jelly, strawberry, funfetti, I have blackberry, no, okay, blackberry, this is raspberry, blackberry, marshmallow, I don't know, and eggplant, because that was the color I had, and I'm like, well, I have blueberry somewhere else. I can't do another blueberry donut, so we'll make a donut out of eggplant, because that's the color of eggplant, kind of, sort of. Anyways, and I do believe that is it. I have also done in my square watercolor journal this while Lucy was here, and these bits here were done using a dip pen that I got as a gift, and I will show that to you later on, and also some ink that I got as a gift. And this piece here is an add-on. I did not like what I did in the middle, so I just punched a circle out of another piece of watercolor paper, and I just glued it on here and wrote flourish. And again, it's funny how this is the same ink as this, and when I look at this, it has more gold reflections and less of the emerald color / turquoisey color. It's funny how that is. But I did this piece, and this was the plein air session that Lucy and I did. And so we sat at one of my local parks by the river, and this is the piece that I came up with, and I really liked the way this turned out. It was a fun exercise. I quite liked the way it turned out. This is supposed to be water. I don't think it's it shows up as being water, but this is kind of like an island in the middle of the river and some rocks, and we were actually sitting right here on some rocks. But that was fun. All right, something quick that I did too the first day that Lucy was here. I think I did it in the morning while I was waiting for her flight to touch down. I have this black Dilutions journal. Again, it's square, so I'm not crazy about the square format, but I did some doodling with gel pen. These are the fluorescent gel pens by Sakura. Just, you know, different plants, leaves. I like this one too, just for fun, you know, because I don't know what to do with this black thing, obviously. So I think I will experiment more with these gel pens. I think they're cool. And I can also use some of the interference paints that I have and interference watercolors that I have. So I'm going to force myself to use this more often, but these are just for fun. And you have seen my adventure with this page. This was published last Tuesday. This is in my Donna Danny book. This one was quite the experience. I mean, now that I've taken a step back and I'm looking at it, it's really not that bad considering what it was at the beginning and the adventure I went through with this. But yeah, anyways, it's fun. You know, it's art, right? Okay, and the last two things I want to show you in terms of what I did is I did this watercolor carving while Lucy was here. This was painful for me to do. I don't know why. I wanted this center to be like really in focus, but I had a hard time. I was playing with these specific areas where I had white, because this is all watercolor, but the white things that you're seeing right here, these were done with paint through a little fine liner bottle. So this is permanent, it's not moving. So that's why I kind of like isolated these areas the way I did, because they were defined by the acrylic paint. I like this vignette right here with cacti. And this house gave me a lot of grief, but I think I've managed to pull it off. It's a lot of green. Not my favorite, but I like it. And finally, and I am late on mailing my Patreon rewards, but I'm also late in mailing this because it took me such a long time to finish. But this is the sunrise over Tokyo cityscape that I did, and it's finally finished. I love it. There's a lot of details. I poured my heart and soul into this, and I love it. It's not exactly like the photo, but pretty darn near. It was difficult though to depict the sunrise. I think I could have worked more on this, but in the end what I ended up doing is taking some of the paints that I've received from this wonderful benefactor, and it had a different it reacted differently than the Inktense pencils. And so once that paint was down, I had to work hard at containing it, and it kind of like fuzzed everything out. So the details were added with colored pencils. And so that's the reason why I couldn't add anything in the sky afterwards, because anything that I would add was contaminating the buildings, like everything kept running into each other. So it was a little bit difficult, but I'm quite happy with that. Very, very happy. And so I will be mailing that out soon, because my poor patrons have been waiting. I'm late in mailing. I don't mail out a lot, but I'm late in mailing the June, some of the mail out June rewards and the July artwork. So if you're waiting for something from me, just be patient. I never got to the post office, but things are all done. They're all ready to go. Okay, so that takes care of pretty much the art that I've done. I have an update on the water lilies painting, which I have worked on a little bit while the girls were here, so I will insert that clip now. So here is the progress on the water lilies canvas. I only have one layer of the impasto technique that I want to do for the lilies, but I'm liking this so far. I also want to do some dribbling, but that'll come after when I'm done. You can actually see all the texture that's underneath. These are from the previous 5 or 4 paintings that I have underneath, and of course that part here was the part where I ripped the text paper, which was the first layer, but anyways. And this is parts of the flower bouquet that my son and his girlfriend gave me when they came to visit when my mom passed away. So, and it had a whole bunch of flowers, but oddly enough, these are the types of flowers that my mom used to like, and funny that these are the only ones that stayed for the longest, stayed the longest, as opposed to the other ones. But I think it looks good underneath the canvas. So this is what it looks so far. I'm hoping to have an update in the next vlog. I'm hoping to find the time to finish this by next week. That's my goal. Okay, so now it's, ooh, close up, not good. Now it's time for the goodies that I have received. Look at this. Okay. I'll try to proceed in order of when I received the stuff. So someone, who shall remain nameless, sent me a beautiful care package with these two lovely things. So this is J. Herbin's Emerald of Shivar, Emerald de Shivar, something like that, ink. It is emerald / teal color with a bit of gold. And this ink is incredible. And what was most incredible is this. So check this out. I have been wanting for the longest time one of those SAMMIE fountain pens, and I was sent one. And it comes with this incredible case, and it's rose gold. Seriously, what's not to love? And this is the pen, and it's just gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It has a medium tip nib, and it just writes so beautifully. It just glides, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's because I keep it in its case, and the case is like, the pen is kind of like suspended because it has those, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Yeah, see the ridges inside? So, and they're made of rubber, and that keeps the pen suspended, but it probably keeps it from air as well. So, because this case is airtight. So, what it does is that it allows the ink to stay fresh. So the nib never clogs up. And I'm just like in love with this pen so much. And, well, see, I didn't apply myself really well, but you can see that I've just used it today after not using it for 3 days, and or even more than that. And this is how beautifully it writes. So yay, so happy. Of course, the person was thanked profusely. This was a total surprise. So then I have, of course, Lucy has come with goodies as well, which is quite funny because she always brings me sweets. And I only have the packages to show you because I ate it all. So these are UK chocolates. We have Cadbury here, but it does not taste like the ones in the UK. Not at all. It's a different chocolate. I love their chocolate. And so she brought me these, and also I had a chocolate bar, which I ate. And these jellies, they're so good. Oh my goodness. Birthday Percy. I don't know. But they were so yummy. They're all gone. They're all gone. But I kept the packaging because I wanted to show you, and I want to keep this as a souvenir. Too funny. And then she made me. So I have received a lanyard from Lucy, and she used this fabric, but that was probably leftovers for this beautiful thing that she made me, which is a brush holder, I guess, or traveling brush holder. Look at this. Oh, it is so pretty. She is such an excellent seamstress. Look at that. Every stitch is super straight. The finishing is always impeccable. I do have a cushion that I bought from her last year. She has an Etsy shop, so I will link also down below. And this is where I put my precious, some of my precious brushes. So thank you so much again, Lucy. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love the fabric. I love the colors of this fabric. And that color is my new best color. I don't know why I'm into mint green these days, but I just love it. Love it, love it. And she also sent me, well, actually with her, Lynn's sent along a care package. Lynn's is, if you don't know who Lynn's is, she is Harry Farmer's daughter, I think is how you pronounce it. She hangs out with the Craft Shack crew. She's the official cartoonist of Craft Shack, but her signature cartoon is Hammy, who's a hamster, obviously. And so she sent me some of her prints here. She sent me a beautiful card. Greetings from London. This is Hammy, meet Hammy. And I'm not going to read you what's inside, but of of course, he's holding an umbrella because that's greeting from London. Apparently, it always rains in London. Isn't he cute though? And I think she has aspirations of doing more with her cartoons. So I will link to her Instagram so that you can stay connected, because I think there's more to come from Lynn's, which I will be totally happy about. But look at this. So she took a picture and she she superimposed Hammy. Greetings from London. This is Hammy in Regent's Park at sunrise. Hammy is a companion. I wonder who the companion is, but isn't that cute? I love it. She is so good. And this is like party with Hammies. Let's see here. Okay, on receiving this, you are officially now one of the Hammy family. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Having a party with the Hammies. And she signed her name. So awesome. Thank you so much, Linz. I love these. So precious. Then I got from a benefactor again. And when I receive gifts, if the person doesn't want to be announced, I always keep the name anonymous. So I have received, this I've been wanting for a long time too. This gorgeous blown glass dip pen. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? And I'm so afraid to drop it. I've used it a couple of times. The amount of ink that stays at the end, oops, right here at the tip so that you can draw. I mean, this thing is endless. You just dip it in an ink bottle and you can go a long way. I tested it out when Lucy was here and I kept turning it thinking, oh, okay, now it's done. I have to re-dip, and then it just kept on going and going. It was quite funny, but oh, I love it so much. I am fascinated by blown glass, blown glass, is that what it is? Verre soufflé in French. I don't know how to say it. Blown glass, I do believe, in English, but it's a work of art. It's so beautiful. So I'm keeping it in its case because it's very precious. And then Sammy showed up. And Sammy showed up with this incredible piece. I had seen it on her Instagram, and this is watercolor, by the way. I had seen it on her Instagram and I just loved it. And when I saw it, the first thing that came to mind was, oh, the three wise men and another person with a baby in her arm. But apparently it was meant to be buildings. So some people are seeing buildings like an industrial area, and I see people. I think what made me think of the three wise men is this hat. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It is absolutely stunning. I just love it. And this is so Sammy style. And I have it. I have the original. I'm so happy. So thank you, Sammy. Again, I'll leave Sammy's Instagram and YouTube channel address down below. Yay! And of course, you know, the girls spoil me while when they went shopping at Scrapbook Central. I was not available. I was with my mom, and so they gave me each a little feel-good gift. And so I was gifted with these beautiful wooden shapes. They're Oriental, Asian influenced flourish pack by Kaiser Craft, which I had been looking at but didn't want to buy. And rose gold enamel, embossing enamel, yay, by Stempendous. So I'm gonna have to try this. I can't wait. Thank you, girls, again. I was very lucky to have them with me during this time. Yes, I told you it was going to be long, so I can't keep this short. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to stick with me. Then, so Sammy came here. She only spent like 5 days with us. It was very short, but at least we got to see her. And I had told her that I would bring her back home to Toronto, which is a 5-hour drive from where I live, because Steph and I wanted to check out some stores in Toronto in Koreatown. And so we did that. So we drove SAMMIE, I stopped by my sister-in-law's place, and then we went to Koreatown. We had an amazing dinner at one of the restaurants, which I can't remember what it's called, but it was really, really good. And then we went shopping. Or we went shopping before. Yeah, we went shopping before. It's not important. So I have a few goodies here. The first store that we hit was mostly for Steph and I. We're both K-pop lovers, mostly BTS fans. And so I picked up their latest CD, which comes with a beautiful picture book. And this is the name of the store, Just You, Sarah, and Tom. And interestingly enough, while we were in Toronto in that shop, they told us that they had a store in Montreal, a brand new store in Montreal. So yay! Super excited about that, because they don't only have like K-pop things, it's like Asian themed stuff. And so at that store I also picked up a couple of postcards. I'm a big fan of Miyazaki, and so this is from his movies. I have this postcard. I love this one. Another one here. And this is a Totoro postcard, which I love. And it's got that little girl here at the end, which is cute. I love the design of this so much. So this is what I got, and while we were there I kept this because I need to send this to someone. She'll probably guess when she watches this vlog, but these intrigued a certain someone that was with us, because it's quite interesting how this bow is born. It comes on a stick and they just pull one string and then it forms this little bow, which was really cute. And they're so friendly at that store. The people that work there, they greet you as you come in, and they package everything so beautifully, and they ask you what color you want. It's just such a cool experience. So this is like I said, in Koreatown on Bloor Street in Toronto. I bought this pack of 3 washi tapes, which I love, and I bought myself a stamp set of the Korean alphabet. Of course, they're characters, so I'm going to use that in my artwork and in my journal. But it comes in this beautiful little wooden case, and this is the cutest thing ever. Ah, I love it. And there's a store that Steph wanted to check out. It's called Muji in Toronto, in downtown Toronto. I kept the bag because I thought it was cool. It's a Japanese influence, like a design store kind of thing. And actually, you know what? I think this was bought at Muji. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Whatever. And I bought a couple of pens. They have a little bit of stationery, and I wanted to try some of these pens. Now, these are super fine tips. I probably need to bring you closer for this. This is a 0.25 tip. It's so tiny you can't see it. So I bought a dark blue and an orange one. I'm into different colors this year. I'm experimenting a lot, and I wish I could tell you what brand these are, but it's all written in Japanese and I do not read Japanese. So I purchased these two. I wanted a brown pen, so I bought this brown gel pen. This is more or less the color. And I have another, this is a 0.50 tip, so it's a little bit broader, but it's a gel pen and it's a beautiful color. Here. It's kind of like a bright turquoise. I love that color. So that's all that I bought. I didn't want to purchase too much because Lucy's a bad influence, I swear. Lucy is a bad influence. We went shopping and I kind of splurged on Pit Artist pens, the brush tips, because I want to draw with markers a little bit. So this is another type. So I bought a whole bunch of pastel colors and colors that I want to experiment with. And we were just standing side by side. oohing and awing about the colors, and then one would find a new color and go, oh, look at this one. And so anyways, she bought as much as I did. But these are the pens that I bought. So I have kind of like more washed out colors. I have a skin tone here. I have yellow and blue, reds, this lilac color. These are all fun colors that I will experiment with. And then I have a brown, a dark gray. I wanted a medium gray. I picked up the wrong one. And then this beautiful blue. So I will eventually do swatches or use them in an artwork soon. So these are all brush tips. And then I got some of the Sakura brush Pigma pens also. So I have green, purple, and red. And this is a super fine tip. It's a purple one. It's the 005 tip. So tiny. It's like needle tip. You can't even see it. So it does like super fine lines. Here, I have to show you this because it's like, see how fine it is? It's gonna be fun to outline and stuff. So this is what I purchased. I also purchased this white pen. I thought it'd be like a good change from using the Uniball Signal Gel pen, which always crap out on me. But this one's no better. I tried to use it on something that I was doing and it just reacted the same way as the Uniball. But anyways, I had to try it. It wasn't that expensive. And I also bought another Genuine Color by Daniel Smith. I buy those once in a while because they're super expensive. This is Zoisite Genuine. I don't know how to pronounce this, but this is going to be super interesting. I haven't even swatched it. I have swatched it on the swatch card, but I haven't filled in my pans because I ran out of little half pans, which are on order. And I also bought pastel colors because I'm into pastel these days, and these are from Holbein, their artist brand. And so I have Davies Gray, lemon yellow, because I have all kinds of yellows but not lemon yellow, and I love lemon yellow, and lavender. And so all these, they need to be filled in and added to my palette. And I also ran out of room in my palette, so I ordered a full metal tin plus half pans, and hopefully that'll keep me safe for a while. The last thing I wanted to show you, and I promise I'm gonna leave you on that, is I needed to spoil myself. Whenever something bad happens, I feel the need to spoil myself, and this was my big expense, because I mean, it might look like a lot what I bought, but I mean, it wasn't really a lot. The pens, you know, we got them for a good price and all that. But I have bought 2 more books to add to my Taschen collection, which is a publishing house that I love. They're kind of like almost encyclopedias. I keep rubbing them because I just love the feel of big, fat, chunky books. And of course, they're on florals. This one is called A Garden Eden. A Garden Eden. Oh, okay. And it has a whole bunch of beautiful illustrations, like original paintings, you know. And I think they're just priceless reference books to me. I just love looking at them and, you know, get inspired by all of these. And the other one is this one here, Florilegium. This one is a complete book of the complete plates of plants. Book of plants. Look at these. And they're separated by season. So you got winter, spring, summer, fall. And with, of course, some explanations. But, I mean, look at these illustrations. Aren't they, like, the best? I don't know. It makes me feel good. I'm going to leaf through those and get inspired and hopefully create some fun stuff for you guys. I think that's it. Oh my gosh. I've been talking for an hour. Talk about the rest of the trip with Lucy, or Lucy's visit. We when we got back from Toronto, we went to the Old Port. We walked around there on Monday. On Tuesday we went to the Pointe Claire village just to walk around. I didn't buy anything really, and you know, we just took our time and we had lunch at the Old Port, and that was it. Unfortunately, like I said, when Sammy was here on Tuesday, I was at the hospital all day. On Wednesday I had to go to the funeral home and the place where my mom used to be, so that took the whole day almost. And then on Thursday I had some medical things to attend to. I had an appointment, so yeah, that was another stressful thing, but I think everything will be fine. I will update you once I get the clear on that. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, I hope that I will be able to plow through all of what I have to do. I have a lot of paperwork to do, but if I stay as organized as I usually am, I think I will be able to do everything on time. The only thing I'm very upset about is not having had the time to deliver my Patreon rewards the way I wanted to. They're not late, it's just that they're late according to my schedule, and so I will be working all weekend to catch up. That's it. My throat is completely dry. Oh, tea. I love tea. So, this was long. It's probably going to be an hour-long vlog. Nothing I can do about it. I had a lot to catch up on, and I had a lot of things to show you, so I hope that you still enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure that you click that little bell to get notifications when I post. And don't forget to go check out the links that I have put down below for Lucy's and Sammie's channels, as well as Instagram. Please do subscribe to them. They're awesome. And that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I will see you later. Bye!